heavy lifting, and you won't get soaked at the pump. No other truck's hitting that. Step right up. Introducing the new 2013 F-150.
I don't like waiting. New Vitalift Force Moisturizing Gel Serum. Ultra fast. Skin looks instantly lifted. Its ultra efficient formula fortifies the look of your skin. And with its ultra fresh texture, skin feels boosted. New Vitalift Force Serum from L'Oreal Men. Expert.
Hey, bedhead. Eyes on your own paper.
Gene, that's a mannequin.
There's more to see with Sears Optical. Like 50% off 2 pairs of glasses. So hurry in to Sears Optical today.
It's hard to meet that special someone these days. Those online dating sites are all the same. You make a profile and the computer matches you with a bunch of pictures. But then I discovered LifeMates and it changed our lives.
I had the same problems. I tried online dating for over a year and it wasn't for me. I was looking for someone I can trust, someone real. LifeMates met with me in person. I told them what I was looking for and they did the rest.
LifeMates gave me what I couldn't find on my own.
Each other.
Call or visit us online today. You have nothing to lose and a LifeMate to gain.
Mark leaves along the boards for Henry. Being watched by Keith. Henry goes behind the net. Stops there. Reverses. Shallow sneaking in. Passes to Henry.
Almost there. You're doing great.
Get really into the game. TSN Radio, Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg.
Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's Chevrolet has come running up the inside and led the last lap by 6/1000ths of a second from Keselowski's Miller Lite Ford.
Well, Mike, this is what we've been wanting to see. This is what we've been waiting for. We knew when it got down 15 to go, 10 to go, this is what we were going to see. Now, what's going to happen?
Boy, Eric Almirola in the 43, he actually got shuffled to the inside. He looks like he's going to lose a couple of spots. But look at him, 3 wide by 3 wide by 3 wide.
Behind the front 6, 3 abreast. 12 cars under a blanket behind the 6 leaders. And here they come for 12 laps to go. Can you hold your breath for 12 laps, Darrell?
Boy, I tell you, my heart is pounding right now. These guys and gals are putting on a whale of a show. What a way to end the Daytona 500.
Earnhardt behind Patrick, 4th on the high side, and now he's 3 wide with Jeff Gordon and Almirola.
And you know, you're in a box. Where are you going to go?
Boyer slipped up there in front of Logano, and that accordion the middle line. The 22 of Logano.
And look at Dale Jr. right there behind Danica. That could be a potent combination.
He has definitely turned up the wick here. We'll be coming 11 laps to go this time.
Logano had to lift, lost his momentum, and that backed him up in the field. And now, Keselowski is alone on point. 2 by 2, 4 rows behind him, with 11 to go.
Larry, did you think that 2 car had this kind of speed in it?
Not out front. I mean, when you look at the front end's got tape and bare bond and everything else on it holding it together.
Unbelievable.
But you know what? You got a determined individual behind the wheel of that race car.
Oh, he'll wheel that thing around here. We know that. But look at it. It looks like it's been in a war.
Last year, Keselowski won Roger Penske's first Sprint Cup Series championship after some 30 years of trying. Today, he's trying to give the captain his second Daytona 500 victory. 10 laps to go. 25 miles left in this Daytona 500.
Darrell, is it safe to say Brad Keselowski's driving as much out the back window as out the windshield?
He's going wherever he sees them get the move, get the run, that's where he goes. But here goes Jimmy Johnson. Can he get up off the corner with him and hold it down the back straightaway?
While we were in commercial, we saw Keselowski change lanes in front of Johnson.
He's pushing. He's nobody behind him. He's pushing you up in front. He's off you now. He's off you.
Look how much that push by Greg Biffle shot him ahead of Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
That may be just what, well, I don't know. There's goes Keselowski back to the outside. He knows that's the fast line. He probably doesn't want to give that up, but he's getting down there looking at Jimmy Johnson alongside as well. And here comes Johnson. Here he comes. Can't wait clearing.
And Keselowski has the momentum on the outside. Caution out, Biffle. And caution is out.
3 wide. Caution is out up top 3 wide.
3 low in turn number 2, and everybody gets a chance to catch their breath.
Announcers are happy, get to catch their breath. Drivers are happy. Crew chiefs are smiling.
Now, what will be interesting, the way they reset the field is by how you cross the last scoring loop. Does it make a big deal? Sure it does, because it determines maybe inside or outside line where you'll restart.
Terry Labonte will get the free pass on this caution flag, which is the 5th of the day. Now, as if Keselowski didn't have enough damage to the front end.
Whoa, a big piece of aluminum right there. Didn't seem to hurt anything. That could be, you know what, Larry Mike, that could be off of his own car the way that thing looks.
It came off several miles ago.
What about Jimmy Johnson, Matt?
Chad Canassa asking for the binoculars, Mike, because he was telling Jimmy to go ahead and just save fuel, meaning to stay out, and Jimmy says, whatever was on the racetrack, I pile drove it in the center of my grill, so they're going to take a look and see what, if any, cosmetic damage they had to the 48.
I saw it bounce off Keselowski's car. I do not think it was a piece of aluminum like a crush panel out of one of the wheel wells. Don't think it did any damage whatsoever. Let's see if we can...
Here is Johnson. There's the debris. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you can see how it's so light. It's just a piece of aluminum from one of the crush panels. I don't think that's a problem.
Looked like it did any damage. Steve.
Brad Keselowski just told his team, whoever is going 3 wide behind us is killing our lane.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so 10 to go. What do you want me to do? I'll pass it along. I don't think it's going to do any good.
Johnson, Keselowski, Hamlin, Biffle, and Boyer. Pole sitter Danica Patrick in 6th. Logano, Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Mark Barton. 25 cars can still win the Daytona 500.
Yeah, and he might be running 25th, too, right now.
It'll be hard-pressed to tell any of those 25 drivers they can't win.
NHL on TSN. Last time around, the Leafs put a beating on the Flyers. The return match is on Broad Street. Will it be an especially hostile reception from one of the Buds? James Van Riemsdyk against his former mates! NHL on TSN, presented by Molson. Leafs, Flyers, tomorrow at 7. Also listen live on TSN Radio.
Every day something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need, from our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports. Our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
Luke Wildman and Jason DeVos get you set for a new MLS season. Can Dance City cap off last season's success? Will the TFC shuffle pay off? What impact will Montreal have? The MLS Preview Show, Thursday at 7:30 Eastern on TSN.
I'll do the best job I can to do my end of the deal today.
I say we try to keep her up front and let's make her fun. I know my Danica was on the pole and she just drove right by me. Go, 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 go! Straight out, straight out!
Nice job, guys. Done a nice job all day, thank you.
By starting from the pole and by leading a green flag lap, Danica Patrick's already made NASCAR history today. She will restart 6th with 6 laps to go. That's her crew chief, Tony Gibson, talking to a member of Greg Biffle's team. Biffle will line up right in front of her on the outside, rows 2 and 3, behind Jimmy Johnson. It's Johnson versus Keselowski on point. There are just 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and then that outside line now has the hot rods in it. That Jimmy Johnson's car is fast, 16th right there. I think Danica and Biffle might think they can do something with Jimmy Johnson if they use the chance.
Pace car dives in. Chevy, Ford, front row. Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, and here they come.
Danica Danica is right up against the back of Biffle. Biffle right up against the back of Jimmy Johnson, and they head off to turn one. The race is on.
Building from 70 mile an hour pace car speed up to 190 miles an hour by the time they hit turn 3, and Johnson's in command.
Greg Biffle sat behind his teammate last year, Matt Kenson, and pushed him to the very last lap, and Dale Jr. slid by at the end of the race. Biffle's in a great position right now.
Darrell, do you stay in the high groove if you're up front?
You got to, Mike. You cannot move right now. There's no way.
3 wide behind the top 10 as Jeff Gordon tries to bust out of the middle and come up to challenge.
That outside line is definitely moving. You can see Brad Keselowski on the inside getting smaller and smaller in that new car.
Yeah, what you'd really like to have happen, Biffle and Danica particularly, is these guys on the outside can clear the inside guy, then it gives them some options.
How about Dale Earnhardt Jr.? You're riding with him, pushing Danica Patrick down the back straightaway.
And pushing is okay on the straightaway. Troublesome in these corners at these speeds. Keselowski and Hamlin in the 11 on the inside with Logano. Trying but unable to close up on the outside lane.
We talked about teammates all day long, and here's Jimmy Johnson, and right behind him is Greg Biffle, but then comes 2 more teammates in Danica Patrick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. That could be a big game.
4 laps to go.
There is no telling how much Greg Biffle in that 16 car wants to win the Daytona 500. He's come close. He's had a great speed weeks, and here he is in second place behind Jimmy Johnson.
But Larry, with this car, we haven't seen conventional wisdom pay off. I think that Greg Biffle right now is trying to think about what do I need to do to get by Jimmy Johnson and win this race.
And right now, Johnson's not running the high groove or the bottom groove. He's almost running the middle of the racetrack through 3 and 4.
Wouldn't you?
I think that Biffle and Danica and Dale Jr., they very well might make a move on Jimmy Johnson here before too long.
Should the caution flag come out before the leader takes the white flag, we'll attempt a green-white checker finish, and we'll try that up to 3 times if necessary. Once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag, caution or checker, ends the race.
The only problem with going a little early, which I'd love to be able to do, but if I don't make the pass or if I don't get where I want to go, I may lose a lot of positions coming to the checker.
Jimmy Johnson is a Daytona 500 winner, but over the last 6 500s, he's finished no better than 27th, and last year he completed only 1 lap.
Well, Mr. Lonely is lonely right now, and he's loving every minute of it.
Darrell, I believe somebody's going to have to do it here in the next little bit if they're going to make something happen.
Ryan Newman over 200 entering the corner. And look who's up there in the top 10. Regan Smith, J.J. Yaley, Michael McDowell, drivers with small teams challenging the powerhouses of this sport with a lap and a half to go.
You know what? They are praying for it, and it finishes just like this. Let me finish right where I am. Up front, different story.
What a great payday for those teams.
Here they come, boys and girls.
Go now or finish second.
When we cross the start line, it's a race. And oh, by the way, it's not over. It's just now on.
Darrell, keep an eye on Dale.
Oh, car in the wall, hard.